CBT News, celebrating 10 years of delivering the news and content automotive professionals count on. CBT News, 10 years strong. Subscribe today. Welcome to CBT News with Bridget Fitzpatrick.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to CBT News. I'm Bridget Fitzpatrick. Thank you so much for joining us. Here's Chris Riggins with today's top stories.
Thanks, Bridget. Starting off our coverage, according to new data from Cox Automotive, used vehicle prices rose 4% in the first half of February, complicating forecast for the remainder of the year. Pre-owned car values dropped steadily throughout 2022 and were expected to fall another 4% by this December, thanks to increased production and supply chain improvements. However, a demand spike, fueled in part by low unemployment, has tightened day supply at many dealerships, who are already keeping inventory purposefully low. While it's not clear for how long, analysts now expect values to continue rising in the near future. Up next, Lithia Motors reported 271,596 new vehicle sales in 2022, beating its longtime rival AutoNation by 40,000 units. In its fourth quarter report, the dealer group revealed it had sold 68,159 cars in Q4 alone, a year-over-year increase of 5.2%. Despite achieving record-breaking numbers in Q4, AutoNation, which had been the nation's top-selling retailer for roughly 26 years, witnessed a 12% decrease in annual sales. Lithia attributes its newfound competitive edge to a series of dealership acquisitions, although CEO Brian DeBoer admitted in last week's earnings call that these came at the cost of shareholders and debt. Tesla has published details of an upcoming software update intended to improve its full self-driving software beta. Participating drivers will now be able to use FSD features on the highway and send voice reports directly to the company if they encounter any issues. The update comes in response to regulatory pressure over the EV brand's driver assistance software, which the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration warned could break speed limit laws and cause accidents. And wrapping up our coverage, pre-orders for the upcoming Ram 1500 Rev Pickup have closed less than a week after reservations first became available. It took only 5 days for the vehicle to sell out following its reveal during the Super Bowl halftime show. Pre-orders are likely to return later in the year, although the brand does not expect to make any deliveries until 2024. While pricing has yet to be revealed, the new model is intended to compete with the industry's current electric truck leader, the F-150 Lightning, which Ford released early last year. Don't go anywhere. Coming up next is senior automotive analyst for Bloomberg Intelligence, Kevin Tynan. We'll be right back.
Delivering the news dealers count on for 10 years. Subscribe today and join thousands of other automotive professionals. CBT News, 10 years strong.
Tesla recently cut prices on their lineup of cars, leaving many industry analysts wondering if this is the start of a price war with other automakers. Today on Inside Automotive, we continue this debate, making its rounds in the industry with senior automotive analyst for Bloomberg Intelligence, Kevin Tynan. Take a look.
When you think about on the retail side for dealers, I've worked in a one price structure, or no negotiation situation, and then of course I've worked many of my years in retail automotive where we negotiated everything. I mean, right, the carpeted mat, whatever it was, we were negotiating constantly for 4 or 5 hours with the consumer. And yet, when CarMax came in and some of the others that said, well, there's no negotiation here, it's the price on the window. Many of us chuckled and said, they're not going to last. Okay, there's no way CarMax is going to last. Oh, you kidding me? Everybody wants to negotiate and get a deal on a car. When in reality, CarMax and other companies that went one price said, no, we're, to your point, we're willing to give up that deal where you make no money. Okay, we'll deal with the customers that like the way that we sell our cars and like our cars, and we'll make money doing it. And we're more than happy to send up the white flag on that other business to other retailers. You want to go knock yourself out and make nothing on a car? Be my guest. Go ahead and do that. The people that we're gonna sell cars to, we're gonna make money on, and that's kind of what you're saying, is that instead of chasing this thing just for the deal, just for the flag, is like, what are you doing? Right?
Right, and see, the problem is a lot of times we think of this from the other side, from the consumer's perspective. And the consumer can't understand how a dealer or an automaker would walk away from any sale.
I know.
Right? Because it didn't used to be that way,
That's
right?
right. That's right.
Like if you were at the end of the month and you had to hit that stair step bonus, right? You're holding on to the guy's ankle as he walks out the door.
No, you'd literally lose maybe $5,000 or $10,000 if you needed that one deal before the clock struck midnight and you couldn't RDR a car, and you're like, if I don't sell this car, I'm not going to get my $100,000 rebate check. So because it was retroactive. So yeah, you're right.
But now where we are, right? And again, people look at that from the consumer's perspective, like, oh, I guess you don't want me as a customer. And now the automakers have the cost structure, the supply-demand balance to say, I guess not.
That's right.
I don't.
Right.
You're not a good customer.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
You're a money-losing customer to me.
All right, be sure to watch that interview in its entirety right here at cbtnews.com. That wraps up our show for today, but we invite you to join us back here again tomorrow morning for all the latest news and trends impacting the retail automotive industry. And be sure to follow us on LinkedIn, Facebook, TikTok, and Twitter. I'm Bridget Fitzpatrick. Thanks for watching.
CBT News, your #1 resource for auto industry news and content. Join the #1 most watched newscast in the automotive industry. CBT News, 10 years strong. Subscribe today.